guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be doing a how to straighten your hair video. As you might be able to tell from the makeup, I've just got done filming another tutorial. I don't know which one's going to go up first, so you might see the makeup first or you might see the hair tutorial first. I don't really know yet. But anyways, I just got this new straightener and I'm in love with it, so I wanted to share it with you guys and also teach you how to straighten your hair, because I know some younger girls who haven't done it before might not know how to do it. So I know when I was still learning this stuff, I looked up a bunch of tutorials. So anyways, I have the Zara straightener. My fiance got me the Zara curling iron last year for Christmas and I absolutely loved it. So I looked to see if there was a straightener, and there was. It wasn't actually in stock on Amazon when I first found it, but it came back into stock about a month or so ago, and I actually ended up being able to buy it. So it's got the buttons on the inside and it goes from, I believe, 250 to 400. Which temperature you use will depend on your hair. For me, I use 350, but you know, depending on how thick your hair is will determine which heat setting that you should use. So I haven't actually turned this on yet because I wanted to show you guys how fast it heats up. I'm going to go ahead and take off my ring so I don't mess it up. But the power button is right here and it automatically does 350, but once it starts to heat up you can adjust the temperature. So I'm going to lay that there while it heats up, and I'm going to take my Aussie hair insurance. You always want to use a heat protectant, otherwise you could really mess up your hair, so I'm going to take that and just run it through my hair. I always use a decent amount. And with Aussie, it doesn't really make your hair sticky and it smells pretty good. So using a decent amount is not a bad thing. This is, of all the products I wear, the Aussie hair insurance is the only thing that my fiance has been like, what are you wearing? That smells really good. So normally I wash my hands off when I do that. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to do that. But it takes this a little bit longer to heat up when it's cool in the room. So I will say that. But if it's room temperature or so, it's actually heats up very fast. My room just happens to stay pretty cold. So for me, I separate my hair down the middle and the back. If you have really thick hair, you might have to section the top layer up and clip it and do the bottom layer first, but since my hair is about medium thickness, I can get away with just sectioning it into two sides, and then I take little sections out and put them behind me as I go. So it's almost done heating. So what I always do is I start with this side and the back, and I just take a small section of hair and pull it out from the rest. And then I take my straightener. Be very careful not to touch your skin, but you just push it down tightly and pull. I do 2 to 3 swipes across my hair. You can do whatever works for you, but you want to be constantly moving it, because if you're not constantly moving it, you could burn your hair. So you want to go slow, but you don't want to go too slow. And you just keep taking sections and keep going. So you keep clamping it down and pulling it out. Your hair is going to get very hot as you go over it, so it would be wise to get some heat protectant gloves that you use for stuff like this. I don't currently have any, but I've been considering getting them because this just makes my hair so hot that it actually kind of burns my hand when I go to touch it. Don't be alarmed if your hair smokes the first time you use a new straightener, or the first couple times. That can happen just because I think it's some chemical that they have on it before you use it. But yeah, and if your hair isn't straightening, try smaller sections, and if that doesn't work, then you might need to go up on the heat. I started at 250 because I wasn't sure what heat to use when I got my curling iron, and that didn't really hold, so that's why I went up to 350, and that works really well for my hair. But I always just start on the lowest setting. So when you do this side, it's the same thing. You just clamp it down. And you just keep going with it. It's a little bit harder for me to do this side just because I don't have a lot of cord because of where I'm filming. But yeah, you just keep going with it. I'm going to turn this way just so I have a little bit more to work with. But you keep pressing down and pulling it out. See, even since I've used it a couple times, being in here with the lights on, I can see the smoke coming off my hair, so just don't be alarmed by that. As long as you're not using too high of a heat and pulling it, you should be fine. Oh, and never ever do this when your hair is damp or wet. You will essentially be boiling your hair at that point. Next up, I'm going to do my fringe. You want to be careful here because you're obviously very close to your face. Same thing, you just clamp it down and pull. And you can pull it in the direction that you want it to go. That can help it straighten the way you want it to. And then once you have it as straight as you think you want it, pull it back around. I tend to separate it into two sections once I do this because the bottom of my hair doesn't always straighten out, so I will go back over the bottom sections a couple times, and that tends to get most of the rest of the curliness out. And I just do that on both sides. As I said, if your hair is thicker, you will have to have more sections to do things like this. But my hair is medium thickness, so this works fine for me. And sometimes around my fringe as well, I don't get it completely straight, so I will go back in with this and just work that down again. And then you go ahead and turn it off so it can start cooling off once you're happy with it. And that is the finished product. And the other day I was out in the snowstorm that we had here in the south, and my hair actually stayed pretty straight even after I had been out in the snow all day. My hair getting snowed on, stressing out trying to get home with the ice on the roads, like my hair was still pretty dang straight. So I absolutely recommend this straightener. Like, I am absolutely in love with this. I think this is my favorite hair company I found so far. So between this and the Aussie stuff, these are my two favorite hair things that I have right now. So I would absolutely recommend it. If you guys want to see more hair tutorials, please let me know and give this a thumbs up and subscribe. And just, yeah, let me know, like, what kind of hair tutorials. I'm not good at doing hair, but if there's something you guys want to see, I would be willing to give it a shot. So, I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!